everybody. I made this video today because I wanted to share one of my favorite Eric Clapton guitar parts. It's the opening riff for Tears to Heaven, and I think it just sounds beautiful on this acoustic guitar here, and I was hoping that I could help you learn how to play it. So the first chord I want to teach you is the A chord. And you're going to take your first finger and you're going to bar the 3rd, 4th, and 5th strings on the 2nd fret here. Just like that. And to top it off, you're going to play the open A string right here. Should sound like that. So there's your first chord, it's the A. Now the second chord in the song is a E chord, but it's an inversion, it has a different bass note. So don't worry too much about that. Just know that with your first finger you're going to play the lowest string on the 4th fret. Okay? Then you're going to be skipping 2 strings. Okay? And on the G string you're also playing on the 4th fret with your middle finger. And then on the B string you're playing on the 5th fret. And you're only going to be plucking those 3 notes. You're not playing any of the open strings. So it's just 1, 2, 3. Okay? And that is called a E over G sharp. Just know that it's an E chord with a different note in the bass. Alright? The next chord is an F sharp minor. Now all these notes are on the same fret, on the 2nd fret. And you're going to take your first finger and put it on the 2nd fret on the low E string. Okay? Your middle finger is on the G string on the 2nd fret, and your ring finger is on the B string on the 2nd fret. Again, you're only playing 3 notes. This is your F sharp minor chord. Alright? Now the next couple chords are just simply variations on this chord. So you have the next chord in the song is you just lift this first finger off and you play your open E string while you keep these 2 fingers up here. So you're going from F sharp minor to F sharp minor with an E in the bass. Okay? Then the next chord is the same exact shape as this E chord we played up here, except you're playing it down with your first finger starting on the 2nd fret. So first finger on the 2nd fret, middle finger on the G string 2nd fret, pinky or ring finger, your choice, on the 3rd fret on the B string, and you're just playing 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then the variation of this chord is to leave that low E string open there. Alright? And then the last variation is you just take your middle finger here, which is playing on the 2nd fret on the G string, and you're going to move that down 1 fret, so you're playing on the 1st fret on the G string. And you still have your open E on the bottom, and the highest note here is the 3rd fret on the B string. And that's an E7 chord. So it sounds like this. Nice little transition there. And then we're back to the A. Okay? Okay, the next step is to play those chords in sequence. We're not going to add any of the embellishments yet. We're just going to practice playing them in time and in sequence. So the first chord is A. Second chord is the E chord. The next chord is F sharp minor. Then with E in the bass. Then your D chord, E in the bass, E7, back to your A. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. When you've mastered that, it might take you a couple minutes to get your fingers used to playing these chord voicings if they're new for you. But once you get that down, then you can start adding the cool embellishments. So the first thing with the introduction is this cool little riff here. It's really pretty easy. It's all based around that first A chord that we learned. So the first thing you're doing is hammering on the low E string on the 2nd fret, and that means a hammer on is where you pluck the open string, and without plucking again, you literally just hammer your finger on. So it sounds like, and it takes a little bit of strength with your finger, but it should sound like this. Okay, after you get that hammer on, you play your open A string. So it sounds like. Okay, then you play your A chord shape, but you only play the 2nd fret on the G string. So it should sound like. Alright? And then you have another little hammer-on pull-off sequence, and your fingers are already in place for this because you should be holding down that A chord. And then with your middle finger, you do a hammer-on and pull-off from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret on the B string, which is, so sounds like. Alright, and then you go back to the playing that 2nd fret on the G string again. So when you put it all together, it's. Then you go up to your E chord. Well, I hope that helped you learn this really cool Eric Clapton riff, and hope you'll join me again in future videos.